Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to TV Freedom United Freedom. Welcome to TV Freedom Nation United.com. And to me, your host for today, I am Peter Pocklington, your very own little Johnny Appleseed of wealth generation and leadership wisdom. And welcome to today's topic. Are you pushing hard enough? But always, as always, let me start with the broadcaster's prayer. Let the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable in thy sight here tonight. Let the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable in thy sight here tonight. So, what is pushing, and are you pushing hard enough? What is pushing, you ask? Well, let me explain through the use of this parable that was once shared to me by a great friend, Mikhail Lifshitz. As with the Shakespeare plays, it starts with the prelude. A man was sleeping one night in his cabin when suddenly his room filled with light, and God appeared. The Lord told the man he had work for him to do, and showed him a large rock in front of his cabin. The Lord explained that the man was to push against the rock with all his might. So this the man did, day after day. For many years he toiled from sunup to sundown, his shoulders set squarely against the cold, massive surface of the unmoving rock, pushing with all his might. Each night the man returned to his cabin sore and worn out, feeling his whole day had been spent in vain. So, sensing that the man was showing discouragement, the adversary, we know him as Satan, decided to enter the picture by placing thoughts into the weary mind. Does Satan place thoughts into our minds? Every time. You've been pushing against that rock for a long time and it hasn't moved. In this way he gave the man the impression that the task was impossible and that he was a failure. These thoughts discouraged and disheartened the man. So then Satan said, "Why kill yourself over this? Just put in your time, give the minimum effort, and that will be good enough." On to Act 3. So that's what the weary man had planned to do, but decided to make it a matter of prayer and to take his troubled thoughts to the Lord. "Lord," he said, "I have labored long and hard in your service, putting all my strength to do that which you have asked. Yet after all this time I have not even budged that rock by 1/2 millimeter. What is wrong? Why am I failing?" But the Lord responded compassionately, "My friend, when I asked you to serve me, and you accepted, I told you that your task was to push against the rock with all of your strength, which you have done. Never once did I mention to you that I expected you to move it. Your task was to push. And now you come to me with your strength spent, thinking you have failed. But is that really so? Look at yourself. Your arms are strong and muscled, your back shiny and brown, your hands calloused from constant pressure. Your legs are massive and hard. Through opposition, you have grown much. And your abilities now surpass that which you used to have. True, you haven't moved the rock, but your calling was to be obedient and to push and exercise your faith and trust in my wisdom. That you have done. And now I, said the Lord, my friend, will move the rock. So think. At times when we hear a word from God, we tend to use our own intellect to decipher what he wants, when actually what God wants is just simple obedience and faith in him. By all means, exercise the faith that moves mountains, but know that it is still God who's moving the mountains. When everything seems to go wrong, just push. When the job gets you down, just push. When people don't do as you think they should, just push. When your money is gone and your bills are due, just push. When people just don't understand you, just push. Pray until something happens. So I ask again, are you pushing hard enough? Ciao.